I'm David Volk, a voice of the resistance. Today's post, I go into the way back machine for, in case you weren't aware, there is always something to remind me not to forget. Did you know that it's Apraxia Awareness Month? You're not alone. I wasn't aware of it either. Hell, I didn't even know what apraxia was until after I saw this sign and looked it up. It's a motor speech disorder that causes a child to have difficulty making accurate movements as they speak. While I would never make fun of a disability, I feel no such qualms about poking fun at awareness months because I don't really think they're getting the job done. For starters, let's look at the calendar. Although there are only 12 months in a year, there were at least 36 months to be aware of back in 2022. It started slow with Thyroid Awareness Month in January, and February was so short that there were only awareness days or weeks dedicated to congenital heart defects, a week, and HIV/AIDS, just one day. March more than made up for the shortage with awareness of multiple sclerosis, epilepsy, traumatic brain injury, and the always cheery subject of bleeding disorders. April reminds you of 4, including autism, Parkinson's, and irritable bowel syndrome. Maybe it's because the weather is nicer, but May has 10 things to be aware of, and the list goes on and on. What I want to know is, who gets to decide which causes get which month? Is it the President's Council on Epic Awareness? Is there some sort of awareness clearinghouse? Or, given the weird number of such observances, is it the Republicans, I should say, who not only can't seem to count all that well to begin with, but might be willing to sell a month's naming rights to the highest bidder? Or bidders. I mean, days are free and no one's keeping watch on the store, so why not sell the rights to as many groups as possible? By the time next year's calendars come out, it will be too late to do anything about it anyway. Or, worse, is it a free-for-all with whatever organization that wants to proclaim that whatever month they should name should be devoted to remembering whatever cause they want? That is a confusing sentence. I'm going to read it again. Or worse, is it a free-for-all with whatever organization that wants to, proclaiming that whatever month they name should be devoted to remembering whatever cause they want? When there were only 12 organizations vying for awareness, I'm sure it wasn't that big a deal. Now there are so many competing for our awareness that I wonder if they duke it out for the best month, like January, when there's only one, and the rest either go off into a corner and lick their wounds or accept lesser months. The more I think about it, the more concerned I am. I have visions of unfair fights, like the head of the Thyroid Foundation picking a fight with the Irritable Bowel Syndrome Foundation, that they might be too, shall we say, indisposed to show up. All Mr. Thyroid would have to do is hold the event in a public building without a bathroom, and it would be over before it started. And somehow I get the impression that the battle between the food allergy folks and the more specifically oriented asthma and allergies awareness group wouldn't exactly be fair, but the outcome could hinge on such factors as the time of year, what was in bloom, and what bakeries were making at the time. And what do they get when they win, really? The right to increase awareness for their cause? I've got to admit that I wasn't aware that many of these were big things. Yes, I've heard of epilepsy, and I've known people who have MS and lupus. I'm even aware of irritable bowel syndrome and allergies because I have them both. There's even an autistic person in my life. But I can say I knew there were awareness months for these other things. In fact, the only reason I knew about Apraxia Awareness Month was that I happened to see a yard sign that was so poorly placed that I almost missed it. And when I turned the car around so I could get a closer look at the sign, I discovered that it said May is Apraxia Awareness Month, which I guess means it's been up for either a month, a year, 2 years, or longer. I guess they just forgot about it, or maybe they weren't aware that it was still up. I've been David Volk, a voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and puzzled one.